When you look at a script, what do you see? A page full of words, right? Dialogue, action, all that stuff. But today, we're going to talk about what's not there, the empty white space on the page. And believe it or not, it might just be the most important part of the whole story. Okay, let's just dive right into this idea. This slide really gets to the core of it. The big idea here is that the white space, the gaps between the lines, actually holds a meaning that's even bigger than the words themselves. It's not just empty filler. It's a real tool that can shape the entire story. I mean, of course you have, right? We've all been there. Every single person who's ever tried to create something knows this feeling. It's that moment where the words just stop. The cursor is just blinking at you, almost mocking you, and you feel totally, completely blocked. It's just a universal and super frustrating part of the process. And that feeling, that's what we're going to call the writer's wall. And what's really important to remember is that this isn't just a beginner's problem. Oh, no. This is something that even the most experienced pros run into, and it happens way more often than you'd probably think. I mean, get this. The writer of our source material says that even with 15 years of professional screenwriting under their belt, they still hit that wall, frequently. So if you've ever felt that block, just know you are in very, very good company. It is not a sign that you're failing, it's just part of the ride. So how do you get past it? Well, what's so interesting is the simple and honestly kind of weird technique the author uses to break through that wall. It doesn't involve typing harder or coming up with more ideas. Nope. It involves a total shift in where you're putting your focus. And there it is, so simple. Instead of trying to force the words out, the advice is to just stop and consciously look at the empty space around the words. It's about seeing the page not just as a box to fill with text, but as a whole visual thing. And look how simple this is to actually put into practice. It's basically a 3-step reset for your brain. First, and this is the most important part, just stop. Step away from the keyboard. Second, gently reread what you've already got. And third, shift your eyes to the margins, the space between the dialogue, the very shape of the page. So what does this look like in the real world? Okay, imagine you've written, say, 10 pages. You just read them over, you're not editing, you're not judging, you're just getting the flow back. And then, when you're done, you just sit with it for a second. And you just look. Look at the shape of the text, the rhythm of those blank spaces. So why on earth does this work? Why does staring at nothing, actually accomplish something so powerful for a writer? It turns out that little pause serves a really, really critical function for your creative mind. By actually looking at the white space, it's like you're zooming out and getting this amazing bird's eye view of your work. The author says it brings a sense of calm. It lets you see the overall flow, the rhythm of your story. And suddenly all the pieces start to feel clearer and the whole process just becomes more focused, more efficient. And this right here, this is the real heart of it, I think. Writing can be a really lonely, tough job. This little technique gives you a moment of relief, a quick little breath in the middle of a marathon. It's this small pocket of mental rest that lets you recharge and come back to the work feeling fresh. Okay, but here's where it gets really cool, because the magic of this idea goes even further. It's not just for you, the writer. That same white space you create for yourself has a huge impact on the person on the other side of the page, the reader. That's right. The exact same empty space that gives you a second to think and organize your thoughts does the exact same thing for your audience. It's like a shared space, a little bridge connecting the creator and the reader. For the reader, these gaps are breathing room. I mean, that's the perfect way to put it. A script can be really dense, and a long story can get tiring. These pauses, whether it's a short scene, a new page, or just a quiet beat between lines, give the reader a chance to process, to feel, and to really absorb the story without getting overwhelmed. So, here's the big takeaway. The empty space on your page isn't a void that you need to fill up. It is an active, vital part of your storytelling. It's the rhythm, the pacing, the unspoken emotion. It's where both you and your reader get to take a breath. So the next time you write, ask yourself, what are you going to say in that silence?